brand new episode of Rants with Dez. I have two topics to talk about today. I want to talk about the Olympics, the opening ceremony. I also want to talk about the Trump rally that I went to yesterday, which was fantastic. That'll be the main event. Happy Sunday through Saturday afternoon, evening, night, and morning. I got to cover all the bases, make sure nobody's actually offended by anything nowadays, because God forbid you actually you make sure you say the right pronouns. That's the same with dates. I just don't say the year or the month, because that's just too gay. Let's be honest. There are some things you don't have to say. Um, at the end of the day, we try to be a comedy show, but at the same time, sometimes it's tough. So, if any of you guys watched the ceremony thing at the beginning of the Olympics, I didn't. Thank God I did not. It was kind of satanic. I mean, they were mocking the Last Supper. They had two of the horsemen, um, and the whole bull crap. The fact is, the next day they actually had an outage of power, and I guess they were running out of food and stuff. You can't make this stuff up. To the people that actually watch the Olympics regularly, I recommend you don't. I think we're at a point in time where we need to put the Olympics aside and say, you know what, enough's enough until you put your dang politics aside. I know there's always been something, but when you go woke, you go broke. And hopefully the Olympics this year has the biggest downfall ever. The fact is, this is supposed to be one of the events globally that is supposed to bring the world together. And all they're doing is tearing us apart because, you know what? We don't need to see that, especially on a global stage. I love it. What the heck were they thinking? Did they think it was going to be a good idea to have a bunch of trannies or transvestites or whatever it was on a table playing the Last Supper? Or that blue guy that was doing his little dance moves? Like, really, sweethearts? Really? You think that's a good idea? I love it because, you know what? First off, in Revelation says it got to get batshit crazy. We're pretty close to being at that point right now. Not gonna lie. What I feel sad about this is when they have a child actually part of the Last Supper. I'm like, seriously? The left always wants to exploit it to the children. And the fact is, at the end of the day, this is why we disdain the left. We we try to keep it nice. We try to keep it nice. But there's going to come a time, and it's coming soon, where we're going to have to say enough's enough, and we're going to actually start fighting back. I know some people are already, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. The fact they're trying to exploit children and all this crap. And this is Olympics. This is supposed to be for family oriented thing where everybody is welcome to watch. But when you bring this on there with a bunch of freaking trannies, transvestites, drag, whatever you are, I don't care, Zer, and they're allowing this to happen on a global stage, to me, it's insane. My whole theory about this whole thing is we're not living in God's world right now. We're actually living in a satanic world. They actually said that the earth right now is actually the devil's playground, you could say. And he's doing a pretty good job. He's doing a, I don't say it, quite frankly. People tell me, quite frankly, people tell it's the devil's world. You're playing devil's advocate every day. I don't say it. And I hate playing devil's advocate because I cannot be a liberal. I can never be a liberal. I can never stoop to that level of being a freaking liberal. It's one of those things where it's like, gosh darn it. And when it comes to the whole rigmarole that is the Olympics, the fact that they had a power outage the next day, they better hope that the 10 plagues don't actually hit them after that. If it starts raining frogs, you should be dodging it. This is supposed to be the one time where the world comes together. But the liberals and their woke agenda chooses to actually divide. Question for you. Please comment below for those of you that make it this far in this video, because I still actually have a very small channel. Please, once again, if you enjoy this content, please subscribe and share this to your especially liberal friends, because you know what, sharing is caring. How you like that I said Karen? Because that's a good time. When it comes to under their agenda, it's evil. And I don't get how people can be that evil. And the thing about evil's been there since the very beginning of time. And this whole rigmarole of trying to normalize the LGBTQAIP plus platform, in reality, is what's so scary. I think it's nuts. I think it's batshit crazy, the fact that this shit is going on. But here we are again. You know what? If there would be a thing where us people on the right would actually have a chance to actually do the whole platform and praise Jesus Christ and do like Bible things on there, they'd be saying, how dare you Christians do that? You never see them go after Islam. You never see them go after atheists. It's always Christians. It's always after Jesus Christ. Why is that? Because, let's be honest, Islam is basically atheism in a point. The fact that Muhammad said pretty much, if you're not willing to convert to our side of things, Muslims, kill them. Christianity is about, you know what? If you don't want to, go on our side, it's fine. We just hope that you actually find God. We hope you find Jesus Christ. The Olympics are exploiting that worldwide, globally, and one friggin' platform to bring down Christianity. I know many of us out there are not going to let that happen. We're going to still fight like heck, and I try not to swear too much. I know hell's not a swear word to a lot of people. But to me, it is such a sad thing at the end of the day when it comes down to the whole rigmarole, the fact that the Olympics went this damn direction. The fact you went this direction shows that you're scared of Christianity. You're scared of the power of God. You're scared of Jesus. The next day you learned. I just hope nothing else actually bad happens, but I don't feel sorry if it does. Jesus, you got to take the wheel. I got a picture of Jesus right up here. He's always looking at me. Or looking, I guess down on me. I get whatever, you know what I'm saying. I know I'm not the best Christian, but I believe in God. I do pray. But these thugs that are doing this, these liberals, the idealism of what they are doing, not only is it scary, but it's trying to normalize this for children and generations to come. And that's why it's got to stop. I don't give a crap if you're doing this crap behind closed doors. Do not put it towards children. If you're gay, good for you. Behind closed doors. If you're a lesbian, same thing. Behind closed doors. If you're any part of the LGBTQAIP+, do it behind closed doors. I do not give a crap. Just do not do it for the children. Do not make the children have to say, "Oh, you seem pretty cool." I've seen some pretty funny videos where I laugh my ass off, and I'm like, no, I should not be laughing at this. I like on Instagram, I've seen the one with the children. What's a lesbian? It's where a girl likes a girl. I want to be a lesbian. It's funny because they're children, and the teacher is trying to actually do his job. Oh, we're all lesbians. Hopefully you've all seen that one. You're just going to have to look that one up. Because I on the YouTube, I don't know how to do that yet. I know I've been on here for a beat. But I still don't know how to do that crap. My IT guy's not here. Still love it. I want to be, and the boy's like, I want to be a lesbian. Doesn't work that way. Aw. Kids are so innocent. That's why the Olympics should stop the frickin' rigmarole bullshit. That is what they're doing. The agenda that they're doing. At the end of the day, it is frickin' terrifying. They're trying to normalize this for generations to come. I should go like this because that's, I hate cameras because it's always the opposite. May Jesus have mercy on all of our souls, especially the LGBTQAIP plus and the liberalism actually that is out there. Seriously, the fact that they did that, and then they had the two horses on the water. One was a pale, one was a white horse. Recommend or basically being the Revelation time. Well, we're in Revelation. I'm not sure how far into Revelation we really are, but this whole thing is so silly. At the end of the day, I don't see how people can actually even. If you're not taking this stuff serious anymore at this point, where the heck are you at? Because this whole crap is real, and they're trying to take it all down. They are trying to bring on the actual true apocalypse, which will be Jesus Christ, Michael, Lucifer. It will be the rapture, all that good stuff out there. Way to go, liberals. Keep on doing what you're doing. Way to go, Paris, for actually having a nice power outage. Hopefully you stay powerless at that point. The Olympics goes nothing at that point. Hopefully this is the worst Olympics of all times. When you do that kind of crap, you reap what you sow. And people will say, well, this is art. No, it's not art anymore at this point. Like I was watching the Tim Cass thing, and he was like, being he's not Christian, he was not too offended by it. But then when it was the Statue of Liberty, first off, I love Tim Cass. He's a good shit. Never met him, but I always enjoy the small segments. Just like I enjoy watching Louder Crowder. Um, he's like, he was not offended by that. But if you're a Christian, of course you're going to be offended by that. They're mocking the Lord and Savior. They're mocking Jesus Christ. If you don't take that offensively, even if you're... You don't have to be a Christian to actually take offense to that. I really don't think so. They're mocking a whole religion. If we go after Islam, hell, go after atheists, the non-believers, they're going to get offended. So maybe one of these next YouTube videos that I do, I might have to do one of those where I offend atheists. I can do that. I could go for a whole hour of mocking atheists. And hopefully that becomes a big thing, big trend. I don't have enough people following me yet or subscribe to me. But hopefully this takes one person to send it to the next person to send it to the next person. Make Des rant viral, especially against atheists. Tim Cass, you were silly when you said that. You were not offended by that. I thought you would have said, yeah, I'm upset. He never said he was upset. It's like, God dang it. So I just watched that video before I was doing this. I got the stuff off of my chest about the whole Olympics thing. If something else happens, I'll go live every day this week or until the Olympics is done. If something stupid actually happens, it might not be early, it might be later at night, but let's be honest, I don't get many people watching live anyway. Right now I got, as far as I know, 0 people watching right now. So I really don't care. I might go live at midnight one time. Hell, I might go live midnight tonight. I don't say it, quite frankly. People tell me. I don't say it. People tell me. And I don't even care. If I would have more of a following that people would actually start, watching me at that point, it's a different story. But I don't have that, so it is what it is. So maybe I'll start doing that more often. Because maybe if I start putting more content out there, and maybe I'll get more of a following. 1 to 2 to 3 a week is not enough, I don't think. Not yet. Maybe later on in time. When you got a full-time job, you got other stuff going on. This is my pastime. I want to talk about... Now we're going to go to the next topic. I'm going to say right now, screw the Olympics. And I'm going to say the F-bomb on this one right here. I'm going to say this right now. Fuck the Olympics. Screw their satanic bullshit. Hopefully they stay frickin' dark. I know they won't, but at the same time, I wish they would. I have nothing left to say for the Olympics. I've never been an Olympic person. I'm always rooting for the U.S. for getting gold. At this point, I don't even care. To be honest and honest, I don't even care. Way to go for the opening ceremony. So what's going to be the closing ceremony? Like everybody burning in hell? That's what I'd like to know. But let's go to the next topic, the main event, the Trump rally. First and foremost, yesterday, well, first off, earlier in the week, I got my one of my sisters like, well, you could go to the Trump rally because everybody knows I'm big into Trump. I mean, I got him right behind me. Listen, I don't say it quite frankly. He's the best ever. I don't say it quite frankly. The best ever. So they actually put my email and stuff in there. It's like, if I'm going myself, I'm not going. And so I was ready not to go yesterday. So I was working on painting the shed. It's still not completely painted, and the lawn still needs to be cut yet. But I was like, I need to take care of this live right now before I go cut the lawn. The painting can wait because if it's gonna rain later, it's not gonna mean shit anyway. So I'm gonna wait for a beat. If it's not raining by 6 o'clock, then I might do some painting. But when it comes down to cutting the lawn, I can still get that done right now. And then I think I can put the sprinkler on for a couple hours in the garden. A lot of weeds around the garden. That's why you have a border. It's called a border around the garden. I learned a lesson. I want to talk about this before we actually go to the Trump rally because this actually all has something to, it really doesn't make anything about the Trump rally, but it's still, I'm going to go off the topic for a bit. Last year I tried to plant a garden. The damn rabbits got a hold of it. They don't eat the weeds. They never eat the weeds. But they eat everything else. The beans that I planted, the carrots that I planted. I only planted three things. I think it was cucumbers. Yeah, it was cucumbers. They ate all that stuff. No problem. The weeds, they avoided. So I had a little help this year. And I have a fence around it. See, borders do work. Unless you got a bigger animal. I shit you not. I had a deer jump over the fence. I think he was just running. And so I asked my neighbor, so what the heck? What the heck is that? He looks at it. That's a hoof. I have gone deer hunting before. And I've seen plenty of hoof prints before. But I was like, that can't be. And then I asked him, I was like, son of a nutcracker. We got... Now, instead of rabbits, now we have deer problem. But he didn't eat any of the food, which is actually fantastic. I was like, you can't make this stuff up. And I told everybody's like, I don't have a rabbit problem anymore. Now I have a deer problem. Everybody just laughed. But getting back to the topic at hand. So yesterday, I was painting the shed. I was taking a break because I ran out of paint from that first gallon. And I was going to take a 15-minute break because it's hot as hell out there right now. Hence the reason why I'm right now doing this. And I get a phone call. And I'm talking to a person. Then I get another phone call. That one's for the rally. I'm like, oh, son of a nutcracker. Because I was not going to go. I was like, all right. Like, you picked me up 2:30. Sounds like a plan to me. Because I was not going to go otherwise. I was going to, finish painting the shed and cut the lawn. And so, anyway, I'll just finish that part of the story. So I call the person back up. And I get another phone call from another buddy of mine. He was also asking about the rally. And I was like, I already got a ride. So I was like, shit. Either way, I was going to go to the rally. But anyway, we get there. And they were saying there was between 15 to 20,000 people yesterday at the St. Cloud rally. God, is that glorious. Small town, St. Cloud. Because it's definitely not the Twin Cities. It's not Duluth. It's not Rochester. It was a glorious time. When we got there, we knew we were not going to get in. But I got this beautiful flag behind me. So for the next how many years, that'll be my flag. I'm going to eventually get a Des Rant flag made. Um, it was one of those things. It's a once in a lifetime. More than likely, he'll never be back to St. Cloud. But twice, he actually had the camera on the outside. And the funny thing about it is there was one guy in yellow jumping up and down. I could see him on the screen. I'm like, well, son of a nutcracker. They're pretty close to where we actually are. I was like, well, that's pretty damn cool. The thing about it is, a Trump rally in person is not nearly the same actually as the one that's actually live. you know, when you're watching it on TV, it's fun, but you don't have the atmosphere. You got all these supporters, all for the same candidate, just rooting and hollering and all that stuff. We were actually there for 6 hours, standing the whole damn time, and it was just a glorious day. The sun was hot as hell. You got sweat going down your back, but it was worth every second waiting for Trump and JD fans. It's one of those things where not everybody's going to get that opportunity. And if you get a chance to go to a Trump rally, I'm going to say this right now. If you get a chance to go to a Trump rally, please do, even if it's a couple hours away. Like for me, it was only a 40-minute drive. I was not going to go if I was going to go by myself. My buddy picked me up, so we went. Going by yourself is kind of lame. I don't say quite frankly people tell me I don't say it. And it was just awesome. I know we watched them from a screen just like you guys would watch from a TV, but just the atmosphere. It's one of those things I don't think you'll ever forget. You did talk about, if you didn't watch the rally yesterday, he did talk about what actually happened 2 years prior. Or I mean 2 weeks prior, 2 weeks prior. And he pretty much said he didn't want to talk about it, but the fact is he still wanted to talk about it for just a bit. For just a beat. And he didn't have the ear thing on either, so no bandage on his ear. So that was actually pretty awesome. Plus, can you believe that the media, some of the media is saying now it's shrapnel or it was an inside job? Some of those media people need to be Alex Jones. Because remember what Alex Jones said? What shooting was that? Where, well, comment below if you remember which one it was. Alex Jones said something where he was pretty much thrown into court. Because Joy Reid, it needs to be done like that. The same concept as a few other people that said that was shrapnel. The fact is he still was hit. It was a bullet. It was a friggin' bullet. The fact that the media does this every time, but if a right-winger conspiracy person, even though lately conspiracy theories have actually been pretty damn accurate, I don't say it, quite frankly, pretty damn accurate. I don't say it. People tell me. I've been pretty damn accurate. You want to go this direction? Okay, sweetheart, let's go this direction. The China virus came from a lab. How do you think about that one? But let's go back to the thing at hand that was yesterday, the Trump rally. That's for a different time, a different live. Trust me, I have a lot to say when it comes to the China virus. The only time I call the COVID thing, I feel like I'm swearing every time I say it because it's like, it's fake. It's a cold. I just get tired of the China virus getting all the credit for all these deaths. The vaccines have killed more people. They really have. When it came, let's talk about the China virus, and we'll get back to the Trump rally. Because this actually really does trap my ass. Let's talk about the jab. For the people that actually took even the one, I feel sorry for you. Because at that point, they already, I know they're saying that they're putting in the food and they're putting on other stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. It's probably another conspiracy theory. It could be true. I hope not. Because in the end, the government is trying to depopulate the world. Kamala has actually said the quiet stuff out loud. And yet, you want her to be the president. Not you guys. I'm talking about the liberals. Well, they don't want her either, but she said the quiet stuff out loud. That's why these podcasts are so damn important. I know nobody watching right now, but hopefully later on, the people watching. We gotta fight like hell to make sure we frickin' get the delusional a-holes that are actually trying to run this nation, the world, out of everything. If you can't be free, what the heck's the point? If you're scared of taking the next breath because you're not sure what's going to happen, what's the point of life? We're not deer. Because if you see a deer walk, they'll take a couple steps, they'll move around like this. What's the point of that? I know I've kind of gone off the Trump rally, but there's a point to this whole thing. When it comes to the Kamala regime, if she would become that person, and God forbid she does, I think after the Olympus thing this past few days ago, I think God's got more eyes on America than ever before because he's like, we need to get Trump back in. I think Trump moved his head just that slight thing to save the world. And I mean it when I say that. Under Trump, there was no new wars. He was actually depleting the wars. He was actually putting more money in our pockets. The only way we can actually help, well, I'm going to use this hand right here because I always suck at this whole thing. The only way America can become great again is first off make ourselves great. And from there, we can help other countries. Not the frickin' Biden, Harris, Obama, Biden, or any other establishment bullcrap type of regime. Trump's whole thing, and Mike Pence, this is for you. Can't stand you. You're not a good person. You failed us. I was a Pence guy at one time. But the whole January 6th thing, they did nothing. And you are a scumbag of this earth. You really are. I have nothing left for Mike Pence. Shame on you. J.D. Vance is 100% more of a man than you'll ever be. The fact is, I thought you were actually a good Christian. I don't think you really are. I really don't think you are. I know I am not the best Christian out there, but you, Mike Pence, you showed your true colors because of the so-called insurrection of January 6th. The Trump rally showed true patriots. People are sick of the bullshit. And it's time to wake up as true patriots of America once again. And not only just America, but the world. The fact is, these patriots that were there yesterday, they are pro-world. I can tell you that much. But it starts with America first. Because until we get ourselves back on our feet to actually do what we got to do, nobody wins. Nobody wins. The Russia-Ukraine war will be over. The Israel-Hamas war will be over. Within 2 weeks of Trump being president, again, those wars will be done. I always says, I'll give you less than an hour how those wars over. I don't say it. People tell me, quite frankly. It'll take more than an hour. Joe Biden's a weak piece of shit. Kamala's a freaking laughingstock of the DNC. That Trump rally was epic because you know what? Like he showed the crowd inside and he showed the crowd on the outside yesterday. Showed the people that were actually there. I know we left a few minutes early. We beat the rush. Hell, it was an hour and 20 minutes in from his speech. My buddy's like, you ready to go? I was like, yeah, my feet are killing me at this point. I was like, you get sore after a while just standing there. And so we decided to actually head out. Basically, once we were about almost halfway back to the vehicle, that's when we realized it was over. If you're not pro-Trump, and if you're not pro-freedom at this point, why are you still living in America? If you hate America this much, leave. If you're one of those stupid bastards that are actually burning flags, please leave. We don't need you in this country. The American flag is the most glorious flag actually on God's green earth. Nice thing it's the same colors of that one, except for it got Trump on it, and has many stars. You know, I used to say I feel sorry for the left. I don't anymore. After the Olympics, the entrance of the Olympics, and after all the Rick and roll bull crap, especially not allowing the people to vote for Kamala, they just pretty much the people endorse her now, like the big rigs. Screw Democrats and screw liberals. If you want to come to our side, we will gladly actually hold you close and we'll give you a giant hug and say, welcome to our side. Because you know what? At the end of the day, after July 13th, after they tried to take down Trump, did we fricking try to riot and loot stuff? No. Did we go to war with anybody? No. We prayed. We made sure we were actually legit. George Floyd, back in 2000, person so high on fentanyl, big time OD, did not die from the police officer, but they say he did. First off and foremost, those cops should not be in prison. Maybe some of them should not have a job anymore or be retrained. Well, the fact is, they were doing their job to make sure he was not going to drive because you're that high, you should not be driving. I mean, he was crying, I can't get air, I can't get air. In a vehicle, a cop car, there's plenty of room for air. I tell you what, I don't say it, people tell me. They worship people like him. What side of history do you actually want to be part of? Do you want to be side of actual freedom and liberty? Or do you want to be the side of slavery and douchery and making sure you are never going to be legit ever again? Make sure that your freedoms are gone. Make sure you always have to pay your extra taxes. Because you know what? The government doesn't give a shit about you. The government doesn't give a crap about you whatsoever. And to me, it's funny. I really think it's hilarious. So many liberals out there. It's all about the abortion, my body, my choice. When it came to Trump, last night he pretty much said again, are you going to be for the liberals that are actually for the abortion all the way to the day the baby's born and after the fact after it's born? Or are you going to go for the people, for the states to actually say no abortions or abortions to a certain term limit, whatever, not you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Of the lady having the baby. I got nothing in front of me. Everything's on top of my head, so I'm sorry if I actually screwed that one up. And let the states decide the abortion thing. The fact is, you're for the extremist bullcrap rhetoric that is actually abortion all the way to the day the baby is born. You're not a friend of mine. You never will be, I never want you as my friend. I just love it. That Trump rally yesterday was epic. It was fantastic, and it was one heck of a time. One great experience. I think that's all I got to say about that for today. I'm going to be talking about this a little bit later on the Instagram. What time is it right now? It's 3:05. I would say around 4:30 I'll be going live on the Instagram. I always forget I always had these on. Well, even though I adjusted it, I always forget it's on this side. I hate cameras. At the end of the day, I want you guys just to use your brains. Hopefully you enjoy this content. If you enjoy this video, please share it. If you haven't, please subscribe. And I'm not meaning to yell at people. But some people need to be yelled at. I don't say it. People tell me. Hopefully you made it this far. Because I try to be entertaining. I know I'm not always entertaining. Sometimes I'm just scolding you. This is why I always like a panel. That's why I'm trying to get this actually on here with the panel. It's like, gosh darn it, son of a nutcracker. But until next time, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. And if more shit does happen in Paris, expect me to go live more this week. I might go live every day this week. It might be later at night. Because let's be honest, nobody's watching right now, not that I know of. Um, it's one of those things where it is what it is. I might just go live at freaking midnight for about 15, 20 minutes. There was something big going on, and to the people that were killed yesterday in Israel, I should have covered this too already, but I didn't. Um, Rest in peace, and hopefully they actually catch the SOBs that shot that missile. I don't actually have enough information on that. That's why I didn't really talk about it. But that's one of the top topics right now. That's what I hate about this. Like, I didn't see anything about it. Also watching YouTube for the last 2 hours and did not see anything on it. So if I don't see anything on it, it's kind of tough to actually talk about it. But until next time, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace out. And like always, happy holidays.